spoke to my family, close family, the experience I've gone through. Because when it happened, when I start going through it, I thought, even if my faith or God want to use me for something, I first have to reach home. And that's where I have spent most of my youth. I have to be there, share with them, and see what happens from there. Not like just going off just like that, shooting off. Maybe that can bring some memories and know what to start from, because that's all we know about. Start doing this kind of things like spiritual movement or spiritual experiences. That's what I was thinking along that line. So my reason of going home and doing all that was a very good thing to do. But it all didn't go well. I didn't even have a clue what to do. I was confused. So from there, back in England, speaking to them, telling them, sharing with them anything, any experience I was going through, it might sound childish in their way, but to me, as an adult and responsible person, you have to be smarter. A human being is a human being. What you thought you know, others might not. Others might know that you don't even know. So you have to be able to, give room for yourself to know the things you need to know, and open room for any surprise of ideas that might come up. And that was what I thought that procedure would have helped, and it has helped. I think it's good, even though others might maybe slightly negative about it, and I won't be so appreciative of how they go about it. I think that I did a good thing by always corresponding to my roots and seeing how it's going to help me to sort of give my thoughts, because I've always taken them to heart in everything I do. I've shared whatever I get with them. I didn't see the way to left them out, because it's a background that was brought up in that sense, that unity body, and it's essential that I see that they really are well, because if they are well, I am well. If I'm well, they are well. Now, if they think otherwise, in my case, that's fair enough. It's a lesson for me to know. But from what I know of, if they are well, I'm well, and if I'm well, they are well. It's a way of contributing to society as well, because it's sort of you first have to make sure that your fair share, you've really used it wisely, and you've shared well with your little found world, and the portion that your location is, you've really used it well in the resources of life. And that is something that everybody is entitled to or is responsible to. So if I was to fall down now, I was to die. At that instant, that it didn't happen, okay. But I also think that it didn't happen because somehow they maybe have realizing that whatever is behind it, realizing that no, it can't happen now. Let's give it time. So it's like a time has been given, or time is on it. And when all eyes are off, people have just forgotten the whole issue, because he's murmuring, he's complaining too much, he's reaching out to everybody now. No, everybody suspects us. So if anything to happen to him now, then there is that kind of suspicion coming to us, and we can't take that, we can't allow that kind of suspicion, or that kind of focus to come upon us. So let's just give it time. And so it's like I'm living on a time bomb, that whatever that this thing pursuing me would choose to decide when the whole place is quiet and sound, where nobody even thinks of it anymore. Nobody knows that, he said all that, but look, all the things he said has not happened as he said. Let's just forget about him. And then the evil plan can take off at that time. That is, if my heart needs to stop beating, or whatever it is, death will just take me. And they say, he died by natural causes. It's not to do with anything. Now, if seriously, right now as I speak, I've got complications of so much illness that I go through right now, that treatment's going through, that there is no clear cut of what really is happening. And the experiences that I talk about, I still go through slightly within. It's like you feel the presence and then it goes on and off, on and off. It's like when it's gone, you can tell. And sometimes you feel so well, but when there's this strange presence around in you, you feel so sick and not comfortable. And as I said, it's not the best thing so far, but I've been so strong and I've kept on, I've kept on to sort of survive as much as I can. But these things, this is the worry I have to take every day, every time. Whatever it is, I don't know. Why, I don't know. And so my questions are always coming up that even if my faith has fallen into that, or I ended up something, or I inherited something bad, or it happened somewhere along the lane, or whatever way it is, I question the Almighty God. Has there been answers? No, there haven't been answers. Has He spoken? No. That is strange, isn't it? So then I compare myself to that person who is a pagan, who has been talking to a statue for all his life. He is even better off because he's talking to a statue, and that statue can never, in our life or our history, we've never seen a statue talk back. So a statue, unless you go to watch these friction shows of the head of Medusa and all that, that's where you see the Clash of the Titans, where you see a statue talk. But in reality, I've never come across that, a statue talking. So all the paganist people and their statues they worship, they don't have them talking back to them. At least they know they're worshiping a statue. And they are hoping that a statue will talk. But it's a statue and can talk. Practically, that is more realistic. But if you believe in a living God who talks, and you claim you're Christian or Muslim, whatever, and the mighty God don't talk to you, you talk, you pray, He's not talking back. Only the experience I went through made me feel that if that was God, then He can really talk. I've really found God. So then I need to be able to communicate quickly that before He goes, hey, I need these answers, I need to do this and that. But no, it wasn't happening that way. And even up to now, God can still talk to me. He can explain to me, but why hasn't He spoken? Look at this out there who are in the churches and have God spoken to them. They are claiming, others are claiming God spoke to them and He was sitting somewhere and He heard a clear voice in His ears, and the clear voice said this. Some people too make things up in order to get people and take advantage of them, and people believe anything. Out in this world is a strange people. We are lots of people, and no matter how you present your story, you might not win the other, but you may win the other. And it's worth it to them as they put it through, and definitely it becomes very worth it. But I don't see that, because something real happens to me. I don't make a joke out of it. I have no room for jokes. If I joke to ease up the stress, to smile, to make me feel better, or think that I don't have to get myself, tensed up or worried anytime just because something is happening, make the outsider begin to look down and make fun of me or somehow take advantage of that and mock me. I won't give room for that. So it's better to be happy, no matter the situation, no matter how bad it is. Even though I don't have good reports coming to my health state, still I had to make myself happy. Here I'm making a video. I'm chatting with you. If you happen to listen, I'll be talking to you, and probably not talk back, but I know that it is real. This video is going somewhere. Somebody by chance will listen to it. And so somehow I'm communicating. I'm doing something nice, something good. I'm sharing, And if, in the sense that, if the living God have heard me all this time, and I've known in all these experiences that has got to do with God, then at least I see the presence of a living movement. But it is not solid. It had to be solid. It had to speak back. I communicate with people, friends, anybody. If I need help and I have to go to somebody, you have to do it through communication. You have to receive what help or whatever help you need to really get that. To really be satisfied with what you want.